Whatever this academy is today, I have no doubt in saying that it is because of our ex-candidates. They are the one who are promoting. Otherwise, we can tell you that we have hardly any budget for any digital promotion or other promotions. It is just a word of mouth and the best training whatever we can impart that has carried us this far. यार आप लोगों की हेल्थ देख के ऐसा लगता है आप लोग कुश्ती करने तो नहीं आए हो. Okay, today as usually I give you advice. Today my advice is to the repeaters. How many repeaters are here? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! It looks like there are more repeaters than freshers. So let me tell you, so many questions are asked by the repeaters that it's very difficult to keep a record of it. I thought, why not? Because off and on they keep coming to me and keep asking me the questions. And can you believe the kind of questions they ask? They range from, sir, why the service selection center is unfair to the repeaters? Why? There was one guy, he says, sir, why they give step-motherly treatment to the repeaters? Why they don't even look at the candidates who have been to the SSB 5 times or 6 times? Why? Why the repeaters are put in a separate batch and it becomes virtually a fish market? It becomes highly competitive environment where nobody is allowed to speak, where ultimately they wash out the whole group. So there are numerous, and why the selection rate of repeaters is so low? Not even, they say, sir, one of the candidate asked me, sir, it's fine if in the final selection the selection rate of repeaters is low, well, one can accept it. But why it is so low even in the screening? Why it is so low? Yes, some of your questions are just, I will say has got no truth at all, but some of your questions may be valid. Today I thought, why not to take this opportunity, as I promised you, to clarify so that you go without any confusion from here. The repeaters this time do pretty well.
Download the SSB SureShot app from Google Play Store to access courses for written exams like NDA, CDS and AFCAT. You can also find courses for SSB Personality Development and Spoken English. Apply the coupon code SIGNUP15 to get 15% off on your first purchase. Call us on 725-930-7111 for any queries.
Yes, I agree that the repeaters are put on a separate batch. There is a reason for it. The reason is, just imagine if 5-6 repeaters are put with the fresh candidates, 5-6 fresh candidates. Do you think the fresh candidates will have any chance to speak? So, you see, this SSB has to pitch everybody at the same level. If it is a fresh batch, it has to be all fresh candidates. If it is repeaters, well, it's all repeaters. You can't have such kind of uneven this thing. Yes, selection, this reason may be to an extent valid, that the person who get rejected many times, his chances of success becomes, less and less. But you may not be, you may not be absolutely correct on this, because I myself have seen the candidates, I told you, 12th attempt, 11th attempt, 8th attempt, 7th attempt, quite a few of them. I have heard, during my time, there was a chap with a 17th attempt who passed. This is also on record. And there are plenty of cases which I have seen. So this statement that no repeater gets selected after 5th or 6th attempt may be wrong. There have been cases where 7th, 8th, and 11th attempt people get passed. They make it. Now, your point about the screening, to an extent, I may agree with you. The service selection board have their own limitations. They have a fixed number of candidates which they can handle because the number of officers are limited. and their handling capacity is limited. So in case the reporting is of 400 candidates, and perhaps if there is a choice between a fresh candidate, both are equally capable, so they might give a chance to a fresh candidate. In that case, I do agree sometimes good candidates get left out. Imagine if you have to select out of 440 candidates they have to select. So obviously some of the candidates who may be better may get left out. But I have some advice to you today for the repeaters particularly. What is the problem with the repeaters? The repeaters, after failing 3 to 4 times, the biggest problem of the repeaters is low self-esteem. They somehow develop a kind of low self-image. Means perhaps they are not made for it. Perhaps they are not capable. Perhaps they will not be able to crack the SSB. So this self-doubt comes into their mind. And can you believe it? Because of that and because of the pressure of passing the SSB, whether in the stage 1 or in the main examination, they develop a tendency of, doing too well and virtually become desperate to pass. Once you become a desperate, what happens? You know that? Either you overperform, means you take too much of initiative, you lose your natural self, you tend to overperform, you tend to participate too much, and that spoils the ground for you. Or some of you, because of the fear of failure, because of low self-esteem, because of which results into low confidence level also, because of that, what happens? You underperform. If I can assure you, if the repeaters who have gone through from here, large number of you, and who have understood, they have to do 2-3 things. The first thing they have to do is do a self-analysis or self-introspection. Please know during this period you have understood where you lack. Everybody knows after doing this course where exactly is the issue with you. Where do you lack? It is the knowledge part, it is the communication part, it is some qualities in the personality. So you should focus only on those factors where you lack. Somebody may be weak in the psychological test, so he needs to focus on the psychological test. And thereafter, once you do that, the advice of mine for the repeaters is always be process oriented, not result oriented. Why do I say that? All those who only think of the result will develop some kind of anxiety, some kind of nervousness. They will become tense. Okay? If you only think of the result, if you think of the process that, yeah, I'm going to do stepwise, whatever comes in my way, I will do my best. That's all. I will not bother about the result. And if they keep doing well in the GTO test, in the interview, without thinking of the result, let me tell you, you'll remain calm, you remain cool, you'll remain balanced, you'll remain well poised, and let me tell you, you'll be able to perform to the best of your ability. But if you become desperate, I'm sorry, then it is going to be a difficult task for you to crack. And one more thing I will tell you. For repeaters, I always say that they should follow a bold approach. Anybody can explain me the bold approach? Bold approach means not to bother, same thing, not to bother about the result, and go and do your best with best of the confidence with you. Okay? So one has to be process oriented, not the result oriented, then only you can be bold. When you go this time, all those repeaters, this is my advice to you, go like a man, go like a soldier. You are going to become army officers. Go like an officer. Okay? Even if you do not get, you get rejected, there are 101 avenues open to you. There are many more chances open to you. But if you become so weak and so tense, so full of anxiety, as it is you are failed before. Why to fail before the exam? Do your best. You may fail, it doesn't matter. But I would request you to follow a bold approach and do your best this time. Is that understood? Yes, sir. Repeaters can ask me any questions now. Any questions? Any repeater?
I want to ask a question. Please. Sir, in my first conference when I written the answer of SRTs, I left some answer in between. And I was obviously rejected in the test. When I come back, when I asked one of my experts, those who was in training of psychologist, but he was not selected there, he said there is no required to leave vacant in between, so that it will showing you have escaping attitude. Is it right or wrong, sir?
Okay, very good question. My dear friends, repeaters as well as freshers now, the question is very valid. You know, my advice here, which I have already given, they already know about it. Remember, you have 60 SRTs and 60 WATs. There are 15 OLQs. Each OLQ has 4 SRTs and 4 WATs. You know what happens? The best is, I will tell you the golden rule of this. Do minimum 55 of your WATs and don't leave in between. If you leave in between, yes, either you are under a lot of pressure, lot of tension, or you do not understand the word, or you are trying to avoid this word. Okay? Even if you, suppose you do not know anything, at least you know one connected word. You know one connected word with that. And I have given them numerous examples. And let me tell you, we always have a connect with our candidates. You know, all the old candidates of ours, they keep coming. Whenever they have a board in the SSB, 3-4 days, 5 days before they come. And our doors are always open. Whenever you have doubt, you can even come for 1 day, 2 days. All those who are fresher, let me tell you, it's a golden chance. Know about the system. You have, you know, a great opportunity. Because after that, it becomes a little more difficult. With each passing chance, it becomes a little more difficult, undoubtedly. But yet you can make it. Okay? God bless you and all the best.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now we'll have a photograph with you.